The rain has left Edenton, and the first game is set to resume. The Edenton Steamers and the Greenbrier Knights, the PCL playoffs semifinals game number 1 has resumed, was set to resume here at historic Hicksfield. Hello everyone, I'm Jacob Smedley, glad to be with you this late afternoon ball game as both head coaches out to exchange the lineup cards from yesterday's game 1. The game was delayed due to rain in the area. A heavy rainstorm coming through Edenton last night, suspending last night's game. The Steamers holding a 1-0 lead, entering the 4th inning, set to resume that game. And game number 2 will happen 30 minutes after the conclusion of game number 1. One of these two teams could finish the series today, only needing 2 wins in this best of 3 series. The Steamers, as mentioned last night, for those just joining and watching the game for the first time, the Steamers are going to be the road team here at historic Hicksfield. They'll be batting in the top half of each inning due to an inadequate home stadium to be played in for the Greenbrier Knights. All 3 games being played right here at historic Hicksfield, and the Greenbrier Knights serving as the home team for the first game. The Steamers will bat second and be the home team in game number 2 tonight. One of 2 semifinal matchups in the PCL. The Edenton Steamers and the Greenbrier Knights. And the players set to come out as we get set for game number 1 to resume. The Steamers holding a 1-0 lead on an RBI groundout by Gabe Kirk in the first inning. We're going to turn it over to Tommy to lead us through the national anthem.
As it is time, you will please stand. Gentlemen, kindly remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem, tonight being sung by Sandy Fiaschi.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Game 1 between the Steamers and the Knights resumes next on the Edenton Steamers Baseball Network. Well, fans, summer is here. You know what that means. Graduation, parties, and cookout season. The Steamers Party Tent is the perfect place to host your next get-together. Schedule a picnic before the game for your next birthday bash, family gathering, or business rendezvous. It's the classic choice for family summer fun. Call the office at 482-4080 for more details. Is working with your propane provider a hassle? Then it's time to switch to Faro Gas. For easy and reliable service, Faro Gas offers quick delivery options, nationwide propane supply, online account tools, and a friendly team of professionals, all here to make your life simpler. Get started today with a price quote at ferrogas.com. That's FERRELLGAS.com. Welcome back to historic Hicks Field. Starting in the top half of the fourth inning, the Greenbrier Knights set to take the field. Again, a reminder, folks, a lineup for the Steamers from last night. Starting tonight, Luke Myers batting first, the shortstop number 3. Batting second, the left fielder number 23, Jackson Ellison. Batting third, the first baseman number 29, Gabe Kirk. Leading us off here in the top half of the fourth inning, designated hitter number 21, Chris Morris. Batting fifth, the second baseman number 4, Ty Johnson. Batting sixth, the extra hitter number 20, Tate Abbott. Batting seventh, the third baseman number 7, Ty Garza. Batting eighth, the right fielder number 10, Nate Paulson. And batting ninth, the catcher number 5, Giomar Santana. And batting 10th, the center fielder number 16, Drifton Paget. Ben Bowser starting the game last night. The Clams will have a new arm enter the ball game in the bottom of the fourth inning. The new pitcher for the Knights relieving Zach Capps, who went 3 strong innings last night before the rain taking over. Now pitching the left-hander, number 22, John McCarthy from Emory and Henry College. So far, John McCarthy, a 2022 TSL All-Star. So far this season has been strong for the Knights. In his 7th game, 12 innings pitched, 0-0, 15 hits allowed, 6 earned runs, 21 strikeouts, which is good for third on the Knights, a 3.50 ERA. McCarthy in his 4th appearance against the Steamers. Has appeared in 3 out of the first 4 games, again in relief for Zach Capps, who tossed 3 innings, allowed a walk, 2 hits, and 1 unearned run on an RBI groundout from Gabe Kirk, scoring Drifton Paget in the top half of the 3rd inning. Again, for those just tuning in, the Steamers will be the away team at home for game number 1, the resumption and conclusion of game 1 due to an inadequate home stadium for the Knights for the playoffs. Steamers hosting all 3 ball games, but game 1, Edenton will be the road team, and the Knights the home team. And now Chris Morris stepping to the plate to lead off the top half of the 4th inning. Game 1, Knights and Steamers. Game 2 will take place just a half hour after the conclusion of game number 1. And the first pitch from McCarthy is a fastball high, and we're underway once again here from Edenton as the fastball high from McCarthy to Chris Morris. He's in his 26th game. He struck out in his first and only at-bat in this ball game last night, and the 1-0 pitch is high. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Chris Morris, the team leader in home runs with 7. The next closest, 2 guys with 2 home runs, Gabe Kirk and Davis Halstead. 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch is high and away. It's 3-0 from McCarthy. Both pitchers dominant last night. Ben Bowsis for the Steamers. Zach Capps had it going on. Both visibly frustrated when the rain cutting their outing short. 3 balls and no strikes to Morris. And a fastball at the top of the zone, strike 1. The umpires, same as last night's ball game. Behind the plate is Rick Henderson. Over at first base is Freddie Rivera. And over at third base is Mark Hotalin. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch is swung on, fouled off first base side, and the count is 4 to Morris. McCarthy on the mound, the left-hander, featuring a fastball and a breaking pitch. The junior from Hampton, Virginia, went to Hampton High School. Emory Henry College. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch to Morris, another fastball, fouled off. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Multiple guys warming up. Knights having to travel back, and now 2 games here today. One team could take care of business today with back-to-back wins. An update from the other series against the Outer Banks Scallywags and the River Bandits. As a 3-2 pitch from McCarthy, a fastball swing and a miss. He struck him out. A fastball on the outer half. Morris swings through it, and there's 1 away here in the top half of the 4th as Ty Johnson comes to the plate. Ty Johnson coming up, the first strikeout of the game's resumption, the fourth of this ball game. 3 for Caps last night, 1 for McCarthy here. And the first pitch to Johnson is low and away. It's 1-0. The infielder from Chowan University, 0 for 1 with a strikeout last night against Zach Caps. He's ahead in the count, 1-0, and the pitch from McCarthy, another fastball. This one popped up first base side. Kenny Shadle over. He'll give it a look, and it gets out of play. It's 1-1. The defense for the Knights, behind the plate, Corbin McLeod. At first base is Kenny Shadle. At second base is Joshua Holland. Shortstop Zach Will. Scott McDonough over at third. In center field, Trent Hanchy. In right field, Brody Miller. And in left field is Jake Tone. The 1-1 pitch is popped up. Shortstop, Zach Will is underneath of it on the edge of the grass. And he makes the catch for out number 2. 2 quick outs out of the pen for McCarthy. And now Tate Abbott stepping up for the Steamers. Another high fastball for McCarthy, accelerating that up in the zone. And the Steamers going after it. Morris whipping through a few. And Johnson popping up the 1-1 pitch. And now Tate Abbott to the plate. 0 for 1 in this game with a strikeout. Squares around a bunt and takes a breaking ball way inside. Gets to the backstop, and it's 1-0. Interesting call there for Tate Abbott. No shift on for the Knights. Is Abbott maybe trying to get on here? Catch the Knights off guard. Second baseman Holland deep on the grass. And the 1-0, big cut and a miss. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Tate Abbott, player to watch last night and really again today. 5 hits. His last 4 ball games, 5 RBIs as well, and the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Excellent breaking pitch from McCarthy. That curveball diving out of the zone, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 3 lefties for the Steamers. Abbott, Kirk, and Overriders have seen a lot of breaking balls low and away. And another one there from McCarthy. Swing and a miss by Abbott. McLeod gets it on the drop third, throws to first. And Abbott's retired. 2 strikeouts in the inning for McCarthy. A 1-2-3 top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Steamers lead it 1-0. Who's ready to rock? The second annual Clam Jam is coming up on Saturday, September 9th. We welcome 3 awesome bands to jam out at historic Hicks Field. Starting at 5 p.m. that afternoon, Old Fish Hatchery Records will take the stage, followed by the Eric Dunlow Band at 7 p.m. and the headlining Daniel Jordan Band at 9 p.m. Advance tickets will be available at EdentonSteamers.com for $15 or can be purchased at the gate that night for $20. Bring your lawn chair and take the field for the rocking event. Numerous food and beverage options will be available all night. We hope to see you there. The new 2023 Edenton Steamers merchandise has arrived. There are plenty of ways for you to pick up your new Steamers gear. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and place an order. Stop by Sound Feet and Shoes of Edenton or head to the merchandise trailer located behind the first base dugout at historic Hicks Field. You can also pick up your Chowan County Cantaloupes gear, but only at historic Hicks Field. Thank you for your support and repping your Steamers gear. Welcome back to historic Hicks Field, bottom half of the 4th inning. After the suspended game last night, the game picking up in the top half of the 4th, and a new Steamers arm, right-hander Tyrus Baumgartner, in his 13th game of the season, 19 1/3 innings pitched, 0-1 with a save, and the first pitch is low to Brody Miller. Miller, McDonough, and Tone do up for the Knights here in the bottom half of the 4th, and the 1-0 is low. It's 2-0. Tyrus Baumgartner, 2.32 ERA, 5 earned runs, 12 walks, 15 hits, 14 strikeouts for the Steamers. And the 2-0 pitch, cued to third, caught out of the air by Ty Garza for out number 1. 1 out for Baumgartner. The lineup for the Knights, the same as last night. Trent Hanchy leading off, the center fielder, number 35. Brody Miller, number 5, the right fielder, lining out. Batting third, the third baseman, number 19, Scott McDonough. Jake Tone batting fourth, the left fielder, number 13. Kenny Shadle batting the first baseman, number 24, batting fourth, as McDonough taking the breaking ball in there for a strike. Zach Will, the shortstop, batting sixth, number 7. Rylan Brown, the designated hitter, number 18, batting seventh. Bryce Lane, the extra hitter, as the 0-1 pitch from McDonough is lined into left center fielder base hit. Paget corrals it. McDonough around first, and a one-out single for Scott McDonough. On a breaking ball from Baumgartner, lined it into left center, and the third hit of game number 1 for the Knights is a single for McDonough. He was 0 for 1 in his first at-bat. And now Jake Tone to the plate, struck out in his first at-bat against Ben Bausis. And the first pitch from Baumgartner to him is a fastball low. Tyrus Baumgartner, fastball, change-up, really a split change. Curveball, slider as well. And the 1-0 pitch to Jake Tone is lined up the middle, and that will go into center fielder base hit. Goes through the attempt from Myers, and back-to-back hard hit one-out singles for the Knights, McDonough and Tone. And now 2 runners on with 1 out for Kenny Shadle. Fastball there from Baumgartner over the heart of the plate. And the catcher from Old Dominion lining it into center field, and now Kenny Shadle up. Shadle 0 for 1 last night. Looking to come through here in the fourth. And the first pitch, a big cut and a miss at a breaking pitch. It's no balls and 1 strike. Kenny Shadle, outfielder, infielder as well, playing first base in this afternoon's ball game from Lewisburg College. No balls and 1 strike. Now 4 hits on the game for the Knights, just 2 for the Steamers. And the 0-1 pitch to Shadle is a fastball in there for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. And Shadle, also listed as a pitcher on the Greenbrier roster, hasn't pitched yet against the Steamers or this season. There's a hole on the right side of the infield with the second baseman Johnson guarding second. And the 0-2 pitch from Baumgartner, a slide away outside. Santana the throw back. Johnson had to run across the bag and corral it. McDonough is back sliding. Omar Santana with a caught stealing last night in the ball game. Few wild throws, pass balls from Corbin McLeod, the opposing backstop for the Knights. In game 1 of the PCL playoffs, and the 1-2 pitch, check swing, appeal down to first base, and no swing from Shadle, and it's 2-2. Game one between the River Bandits and the Scallywags finishing up last night. They're all River Bandits, 14-4 victory. That series shifts to Tarboro. The 2-2 pitch to Shadle is lined down the right field line, and it'll get foul towards the visitors' bullpen, and it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. 14-4 victory for the River Bandits coming in Outer Banks. Games 2 and 3 will be in Tarboro, with the River Bandits having the 2nd seed, Outer Banks the 3rd seed. The winner of that series will face off against the winner here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the champion of the Premier Collegiate League. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch from Baumgartner, breaking ball low and away, and the count is full. Have to imagine guys getting amped up. Middle of the game. Bausis and Caps both finding a groove. And now relievers like Baumgartner, McCarthy having to create some energy in the middle innings. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch from Baumgartner. Fastball, low, ball 4. And the bases are loaded in the bottom of the 4th. A strikeout to start the inning. A single by McDonough. A single by Tone. And now a walk to Kenny Shadle. And the biggest threat of this ball game for the Knights. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Zach Will to the plate, who's 1 for 1 with a single his first time. Infield for the Steamers. Garza just behind the bag. Middle infielders in, and the first pitch to Will is low and away, 1-0. Tyrus Baumgartner in for Ben Bausis, who allowed just 3 total base runners. A walk, 2 hits. No runs allowed last night in the first 3 innings. And the 1-0 pitch to Willis, swung on line, left field coming in as Ellison will play it on a hop. McDonough will score, stopping up at third is Tone, and the ball game is tied in the fourth. The third hit of the inning for the Knights is an RBI single by Zach Will, and it's a 1-1 ball game, station to station. And now pitch hitting for Rylan Brown, the designated hitter number 2, Luke Off. Luke Off, the catcher from Cayuga College, up with the bases loaded, 3 hits and a walk, and a run across. And the first pitch, a big cut and a miss. It's 0-1. All fastballs for Baumgartner. Has yet to really find command of the breaking pitch. And the Knights have been all over it, looking to take the lead in the fourth. And the 0-1 swung on, softly grounded to third. Garza charging, fields it, throws to first, and gets off there. A run comes across, and the Knights have taken the lead in the fourth. Tone comes across, an out is recorded, and the Knights have plated 2 in the bottom of the fourth to take the lead. And now Bryce Lane to the plate with 2 runners on. Bryce Lane still playing in his first game for the Knights due to a handful of injuries. And the first pitch to him is a breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Bryce Lane from Patrick Henry Community College. The extra hitter tonight went to IMG Academy for high school baseball. And the 0-1 is low and away, another breaking pitch. Another one from Baumgartner. His ability to mix those pitches is what has made him so successful. But this afternoon hasn't had that breaking pitch. And the Knights have jumped all over the fastball. The 1-1, a big cut and a miss, and it's 1-2 to Lane. The Chesapeake, Virginia native standing 6'3", 210. 0 for 1 last night. Looking to come up with a big hit and extend the lead for the Knights. Baumgartner gets the sign. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, fouled off. Over at third base is Shadle. He walked Zach Will with an RBI single. He's out at second base. 2 outs and 2 runs across on the single by Will and an RBI groundouts. And now a 2-1 Greenbrier advantage. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, popped up, another foul ball, and it remains 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in game 1. The second straight season these two teams have matched up in the first round of the PCL playoffs. Last year, just a single game. The Steamers taking care of business 11-0. And the 1-2 pitch to Lane way outside. Excellent stop by Santana. Gets behind him, but he corrals it quickly. No advancement from Shadle. It's 2-2. This year with 3-game series, with the third game being if necessary. The Knights looking for some revenge. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 2 outs and 2 runs already across for Greenbrier. And the pitch from Baumgartner. Fastball inside, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The catcher, Corbin McLeod, waiting on deck. Inning started off with a soft liner to third. Since then, 3 hits and a walk. And the 3-2 pitch to Lane is swung on, fouled back. And it remains 3-2. Tyrus Baumgartner has been one of the most consistent relievers for the Steamers this season. Really outside of Horton, Ben Bausis has served as a reliever as well. Chris Morris has come out of the pen and pitched well, but Baumgartner, ever since joining the team in his 3rd year, as the 3-2 is grounded to short. Myers gloves it, throws to first, and Baumgartner gets out of the inning. But not before 2 runs come across for Greenbrier on an RBI hit by Zach Will and an RBI ground out from Luke O. 2 runs across on 3 hits. We go to the top of the 5th. Greenbrier leads Edenton 2-1. Is working with your propane provider a hassle? Then it's time to switch to Feral Gas. For easy and reliable service, Feral Gas offers quick delivery options, nationwide propane supply, online account tools, and a friendly team of professionals, all here to make your life simpler. Get started today with a price quote at feralgas.com. That's FERRELLGAS.com. Is your kid a fan of the Clam? Why not sign them up for the Steamers Kids Club, presented by Weatherly Insurance? Membership is free for all kids ages 12 and under. They receive 4 free tickets, a club t-shirt, a discount to baseball camp, an invitation to an exclusive meet and greet event with the players, and much more. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and download a registration form today. Well, fans, summer is here. You know what that means. Graduation, parties, and cookout season. The Steamers Party Tent is the perfect place to host your next get-together. Schedule a picnic before the game for your next birthday bash, family gathering, or business rendezvous. It's the classic choice for family summer fun. Call the office at 482-4080 for more details. Welcome back to historic Hicks Field, top half of the 5th inning. Now the Steamers looking to stage a comeback. 2 runs in the bottom half of the 4th inning for the Knights on an RBI single by Zach Will, his second hit of the ball game, and an RBI ground out by the pitch hitter Luke Off. And now Ty Garza against John McCarthy in his second inning of relief. Garza, Paulson, and Santana. And the first pitch to Garza, a big swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Garza, in his 38th game of the season, leads the team in hits with 32. 256 average with 4 doubles, a home run, and 20 RBIs. And a big cut and a miss at the 0-1 pitch. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. Steamers with just 3 base runners in the first 3 innings. Didn't get any across or on in the 4th. Looking to jumpstart something in the 5th. And the 0-2 is way outside. It's 1-2. Garza walked his first time. Left stranded over at third base in last night's game. The Steamers leaving a handful of runners over at third. Only 1 run to show for it. And the 1-2 pitch from McCarthy swung on, popped up, first base side. Shado going back, and it's over his head into right field. Off of Shado's glove, backpedaling into right field, and he couldn't haul it in, and Garza is on. With what would imagine to be an error going to go against Kenny Shado. Base hit going to be ruled, rather, for Garza. Shado backpedaling into shallow right. Tough play for the first baseman. He's really an outfielder. He's played left field, center field as well, playing first base tonight. And Garza reaching on a single to right, and now Nate Paulson up. And the first pitch to Paulson, Garza going, and it's fouled off. It's no balls and 1 strike. That's something, one of the keys to the game for the Steamers. Get going on the base paths. Get aggressive. 65 stolen bases during the regular season. 2 guys with at least 10. Davis, Halstead, Drift, and Padgett. Ty Garza with 7 stolen bases on the season. Playoff game, cannot afford to lose any game. The 0-1 pitch to Paulson. Long look by McCarthy. Paulson lays down a bunt, and it gets foul, and it's 0-2. Garza off and running again. Head coach Justin Hill implementing some small ball. Now down a run here in the 5th. McCarthy working outside the past 2 batters with that fastball. Paulson poking at it, grounding it foul. Paulson in his 26th game. He's 0-1 tonight. Going to be the playoff hero. And the 0-2 is high. McLeod comes up, tries to throw over. No throw. Paulson was not in the Steamers' postseason run last year. This week, looking to have his moments. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and the pitch from McCarthy. A fastball swing and a miss. He struck him out. High gas from McCarthy, and Paulson swings right through it. McCarthy, his 3rd strikeout in less than 2 innings, and now there's 1 out for Giomar Santana. After the bunt attempt, McCarthy going back-to-back high fastballs, and the second one, Paulson chasing. Now Giomar Santana, the Clams catcher, his 3rd straight start behind the plate. 0 for 1 in this ball game so far. McCarthy, front foot on the first base side, and the first pitch way outside. It's 1-0. Another fastball way outside to the right. He hasn't seen that breaking pitch with the first handful of batters here in the 5th. From the left-hander, McCarthy. Hampton, Virginia native. 5'10", 165. And the 1-0 pitch grounded over to first. A tough hop gets off the glove of Shadle, and reaching is Santana. Both runners reach. That one is an error. Gonna go against Shadle. A bad hop in and out of the first baseman's glove of Kenny Shadle. Santana reaches, and Garza goes up to second. A 2-hopper from Santana. Shadle should have at least gotten 1 on the play. In and out of the glove, short hopped him. The 3rd error now of the ball game for the Knights, despite their 2-1 lead. And now Driftin Paget up with 2 on and 1 out. Paget, a run scored his first time. He got hit by a pitch last night, scored the only run, and the first pitch is a fastball high. It's 1-0. Back-to-back plays to Shadle. There was a play last night to McDonough over at third base. Could not make the ground ball play. 2 guys been moved around a lot. Versatility, but costing the Knights so far as the 1-0 pitch is fouled off by Driftin Paget. Faced off against John McCarthy, a pair of all-stars facing off here in the playoff matchup. Paget, a 2023 PCL All-Star, as time is called. For equipment timeout over at first base. John McCarthy pitching the first 2 innings of the All-Star game in Manio this year. Gave up 7 runs, a 7-run inning for the PCL, and the 10-0 win against the left-hander. Paget, an RBI single in that frame, looking to come through again. The 1-1 pitch popped up, first base side. Shadle on the run by the dugout, and he gives it a look, and it gets out of play, and it's now 1-2. Fastball inside there from McCarthy, working the outside half to the right-handed hitters. Went inside with the fastball to Paget. Leadoff hitter Luke Myers, who's 1 for 2. He's on deck. The Clams looking to respond. And in the top half of the 5th inning, now down 2-1. 2 on, 1 out. And the 1-2 pitch from McCarthy. Fastball popped up on the infield. Playable at second. Holland drifts over, and he makes the catch on the infield dirt for out number 2. Another inside fastball jams the Steamers center fielder. And now 2 outs with 2 on for Luke Myers coming up. Excellent pitch selection from McCarthy. Worked the outside half at the top of the zone. Then came inside on the right-handed hitting Paget. Back-to-back jam shots. The second resulting in a pop-out. 2 outs. Luke Myers, the shortstop, up. And the first pitch to him is high. It's 1-0. Friday night before the game against the Outer Banks Scallywags, Luke Myers named the 2023 Giesecke Team MVP Award. He's played in every Steamers game so far and looking to come up with a big hit in the 5th. And the first pitch, high, 1-0, a throw back to second on a back pick, and Garza's back in sliding. And it now is 2-0. Corbin McLeod popping up out of his stance, and a low throw. Will couldn't handle it. 2 balls and no strikes to Myers. With his hit last night in the first 3 innings, now with 31 hits. Second on the team to the Steamer out at second base, Ty Garza. Garza reaching on his 33rd hit of the season. And the 2-0 pitch to Myers is a fastball in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gauze out at second. With a single to right. Santana reaching on the error by Shadle. And the 2-1 pitch from McCarthy, a fastball high. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Luke Myers, just 2 extra base hits on the season. Just 2 doubles, no home runs, no triples. Him and the Steamers would love another extra base hit here. 3 balls, 1 strike. Holland shading towards second, and the pitch, another fastball, high, ball 4. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs for the left fielder, Jackson Ellison. Another fastball drifting high from the left-hander, John McCarthy. And just like the Knights in the bottom of the 4th, the Steamers have action in the top half of the 5th. Jackson Ellison playing in his 16th ball game. 0 for 2 so far in this game 1. Again, the continuation of last night's game 1 through the first 3 innings. And the first pitch, Ellison, and it hit him inside, a breaking ball that hit Jackson Ellison, and the Steamers have tied up the ball game in the top of the 5th. Garza reaching on a hit off the glove of Shadle. Santana reaching on an error. And now a walk and a hit batter to Jackson Ellison. And the game is tied at 2, and the bases are still loaded with 2 outs for Gabe Kirk. McCarthy, who hadn't thrown a breaking ball in 3 batters, uncorks one that hit Ellison, and the first pitch to Kirk is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. One of the hottest hitters for the Steamers. Kirk with a hit last night. Now has 22 hits on the season. Scored the Steamers' only run till this inning. And the 0-1. Fastball outside. It's 1-1. Steamers, despite all their wins, they're 28 to this point. Runners in scoring position. Still been an issue. A lot of runners left on base, including the first 3 innings in this game. And the 1-1 pitch, fly to left field. On the run is Tone. On the run, and that one will fall. A base hit. 1 run is in. Santana scores. Myers scores. Ellison around third, and he will score. A bases clearing double for Gabe Kirk. 3 runs come across, and the Steamers have taken a 5-2 lead. Hanchy and Tone couldn't get to it in the gap. A bases clearing double for Gabe Kirk. He now has 22 RBIs on the season. His 7th double to tie the team lead. And now Chris Morris coming up after 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th for the Knights. Now 4 for the Steamers and counting here in the top of the 5th. A breaking ball on the outer half, and really the biggest thing for Kirk in really the most recent games, the ability to shoot the ball the other way. A lot of hits to the opposite field. And the first pitch to Morris, a big cut and a miss. It's 0-1. Morris began the resumption of play in the top half of the 4th inning with a strikeout against McCarthy. Gabe Kirk, short swing from the left side, going the opposite field with that breaking pitch, shortening up and taking it where the pitcher gives it. And the 0-1 is low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Kirk, 2 hits now in the ball game, 3 RBIs. 2 out of the 4 hits belong to number 29. Chris Morris, the RBI leader for the Steamers, looking to come through with 2 outs. And the 1-1 pitch. Fastball line down the third base line, and that's fair, a base hit. Kirk going around third. He's heading home. Morris around first. He's heading for second. Kirk comes in to score, and Morris replaces Kirk at second. The 5th run across for the inning for the Steamers, and they now take a 6-2 lead. Back-to-back doubles. Kirk and Morris in the heart of the Steamers order come through, and it's now 6-2. As the Steamers all over John McCarthy. And going back to that hit, an error against Shadle. As the first pitch to Johnson, he lines it to second base. 2 hops for Holland, who comes in, fields it, throws to first in time to get Johnson. But not before 5 runs come across. The Steamers load him up, and Gabe Kirk comes through with a 3 RBI double. Chris Morris follows suit with a double of his own. 5 runs across, and the Steamers lead it 6-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. The new 2023 Edenton Steamers merchandise has arrived. There are plenty of ways for you to pick up your new Steamers gear. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and place an order. Stop by Sound Feet and Shoes of Edenton or head to the merchandise trailer located behind the first base dugout at historic Hicks Field. You can also pick up your Chowan County Cantaloupes gear, but only at historic Hicks Field. Thank you for your support and repping your Steamers gear. Is your kid a fan of the Clam? Why not sign them up for the Steamers Kids Club, presented by Weatherly Insurance? Membership is free for all kids ages 12 and under. They receive 4 free tickets, a club t-shirt, a discount to baseball camp, an invitation to an exclusive meet and greet event with the players, and much more. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and download a registration form today. Welcome back to historic Hicks Field. The runs in the top half of the 5th inning for the Steamers, brought to you by Faro Gas. Easy propane service starts here. Faro Gas, 5 runs across. A crooked number in the 5th, 5 in the 5th for the Steamers. A 3 RBI double by Gabe Kirk, and an RBI hit by Chris Morris. And the first pitch to Corbin McLeod is fouled off. Jackson Ellison hit with the bases loaded to bring across the first run. Morris the 3 RBI hit, then the RBI double by Morris. And the 0-1 pitch to McLeod is low and in, 1-1. 9, 10, and 1 due up for the Knights in the bottom of the 5th. McLeod, Holland, and Hanchy due up. And the 1-1. Fastball, line, left field, coming in is Ellison. He dives and he cannot make the catch. In and out of the glove, and Corbin McLeod will have a base hit to lead off the bottom of the 5th. A diving attempt by Ellison out in left field, could not come up with it. And now 1 on with nobody out for Joshua Holland, who's 0 for 1 tonight. And the first pitch to Holland is swung on, fouled off. It's no balls and 1 strike. The utility infielder from Bryan and Stratton College, one of 2 Greenbrier Knights from Bryan and Stratton, along with Diego Ortiz. And the 0-1 pitch, fastball low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. After just 1 run through the first 3 innings, already 7 between the 2 teams in the past 2 half innings. And the 1-1 from Baumgartner is a fastball on the inside corner. It's 1-2 to Holland. It's turned into the everyday second baseman for the Knights. Also has played short before, really taken over for Tristan Hensley over there. Trevor Mason playing a few games to start the season. And the 1-2 pitch, low and in. It's 2-2. Fastball. Baumgartner, similarly to McCarthy, the right-hander, trying to work inside to the right-handed hitters for the Knights. 2 balls and 2 strikes in the pitch. Fastball, this one way inside. Holland having to stretch his arms out to get out of the way of the fastball. And now the count is full, as Ruben Costin starting to stretch in the Steamers bullpen. Both managers, Justin Hill and Chuck Slaughter, having to manage his bullpen. The 3-2 pitch, softly grounded to third. Garza tried to pick it. It goes in and out of his glove and rolls up the first base line. And Holland reaches on an error by Ty Garza, the first of the game for the Steamers. And the Knights in striking distance, looking to get the runs back in the bottom of the 5th. A high hopper. Garza just reaching his glove out instead of staying in front of it. Goes in and out of his glove. Holland reaches a single and an error. And now Trent Hanchy to comes to the plate. Hanchy is 1 for 2. He has a hit so far in the ball game, and he takes the first pitch outside. It's 1-2. Hanchy 1 for 2 tonight. The outfielder from Virginia Wesleyan University, looking to come through for the Knights here in the 5th. And the pitch from Baumgartner. A breaking ball. Backdoor breaking pitch in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Double the hits now for the Knights in just an inning plus against Baumgartner to just 2 hits against Ben Bausis last night. And the 1-1 pitch from Baumgartner. Another breaking ball. This one drifts outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Hanchy playing with his brother Trey a few years ago in the PCL. Both played at Norfolk State University. And Trent transferring to Virginia Wesleyan. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball. Big swing and a miss. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hanchy. Back-to-back breaking pitches. And Baumgartner going back to the fastball. A single and an error to begin the bottom of the 5th. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hanchy. And the pitch from Baumgartner. Fastball just missed outside, and the count is full. Home plate umpire Rick Henderson leaving it outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes with Brody Miller due up on deck. 2 on, no outs, infield and double play depth. And the pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. He struck him out on the inside corner. Hanchy swinging right through it, and a huge out, number 1 for Baumgartner. Established the outer half with the breaking pitch early in the at-bat. Another fastball out there, and then pounded inside to get the left-handed hitting outfielder Trent Hanchy. And now Brody Miller to the plate. Miller 0 for 1 with a walk. He lined out to third to start the bottom of the 4th inning, and he takes the first pitch outside. It's 1-0. Baumgartner fell behind 2-0 in the first at-bat. Got a weak line drive to Garza at third, and the 1-0 pitch is low and in. It's 2 balls and no strikes. And field pretty much double play depth. The hole on the left side for the left-handed hitter. Been on the right side as well as Garza. Over at third, Myers and Johnson playing double play depth on the infield. The 2-0 pitch grounded to first. Kirk will just take it, won't throw it anywhere, just take it to the bag for out number 2. Both runners advance to second and third. As Baumgartner retires Miller for the 2nd time, and now 2 on with 2 outs for Scott McDonough, who singled and scored his last time. Another excellent fastball in on the hands to the lefty Miller. Grounded it into the ground. McLeod over at third. Reaching on a hit as the first pitch to McLeod way outside. An excellent snap for Giomar Santana, who's just in his 4th start behind the plate. Tyler Overitis, have to imagine he might get the nod in game number 2. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch to McDonough, breaking ball, fouled off, and it's 1-1. McLeod over at first base. He reached on a base hit to left field on a diving attempt by Ellison. Holland out at second. Reached on an error from Ty Garza. Strikeout to Hanchy and a ground out to Miller, and now the number 3 hitter McDonough, and the 1-1 is low. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Richmond, Virginia native, standing 6'5", 210. Infielder. He's also played center field. He's also pitched this season. The 2-1 swung on, fouled off first base side, and the count goes to 2-2. Went to the University of Arkansas, Little Rock. Went to Florence Darlington Tech to start his college career. Was teammates with Steamers first baseman Tate Abbott. And the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out on the fastball. Fastball at the top of the zone. Straight shed from Baumgartner. McDonough swings through it. 2nd strikeout of the inning. Baumgartner strands 2, a hit and an error. We go to the top half of the 6th inning. The Steamers lead it 6-2. Who's ready to rock? The second annual Clam Jam is coming up on Saturday, September 9th. We welcome 3 awesome bands to jam out at historic Hicks Field. Starting at 5 p.m. that afternoon, Old Fish Hatchery Records will take the stage, followed by the Eric Dunlow Band at 7 p.m. and the headlining Daniel Jordan Band at 9 p.m. Advance tickets will be available at EdentonSteamers.com for $15 or can be purchased at the gate that night for $20. Bring your lawn chair and take the field for the rocking event. Numerous food and beverage options will be available all night. We hope to see you there. Is working with your propane provider a hassle? Then it's time to switch to Feral Gas. For easy and reliable service, Feral Gas offers quick delivery options, nationwide propane supply, online account tools, and a friendly team of professionals, all here to make your life simpler. Get started today with a price quote at feralgas.com. That's FERRELLGAS.com. Is your kid a fan of the Clam? Why not sign them up for the Steamers Kids Club, presented by Weatherly Insurance? Membership is free for all kids ages 12 and under. They receive 4 free tickets, a club t-shirt, a discount to baseball camp, an invitation to an exclusive meet and greet event with the players, and much more. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and download a registration form today.
Hi, my name is Ben Balsis, and you're watching Edenton Steamers Baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel.
Thank you, Ben. Ben Balsis going the first 3 innings of this first game last night. Tyrus Baumgartner allowing 2 runs over now 2 innings. And Tate Abbott starting off the top half of the 6th for the Steamers. And the first pitch from McCarthy is inside, 1-0. Breaking ball inside to Abbott. And for those just joining, Steamers the away team for game number 1 due to inadequate home field accommodations for the Knights. Is a big cut and a miss at an excellent breaking pitch from McCarthy. It's 1-1. Inadequate home field for the Knights. All 3 games to be played at historic Hicks Field, but game 1, the Knights will be the home team. Game 2, which will take place a half hour after this game, the Steamers will be the home team as the 1-1 pitch is outside to Tate Abbott. A big cut and a miss at a breaking ball his first time. He struck out his first 2 at-bats. And the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, another breaking ball, all soft stuff from McCarthy so far in this at-bat. 2 balls and 2 big swings and misses from the Steamers' extra hitter tonight, Tate Abbott, who did it all in Saturday night's game against Greenbrier as the 2-2 pitch way inside. Somehow didn't get Abbott. And it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 for 2 with 2 hits, an RBI, a run scored in the Steamers' regular season finale on Saturday against the Knights. Pitched an inning as well. And the 3-2, another breaking pitch inside, and Abbott works a leadoff walk. No fastballs to Tate Abbott. 4 of them outside of the zone from McCarthy, including a handful inside. And now Ty Garza to the plate. He came around to score in the 5-run 5th. He has a walk, a hit, a run scored, and now a pitch runner coming in for Tate Abbott. Davis Halstead is going to come in and pitch run for Abbott here in the top half of the 5th inning. Davis Halstead will be the extra hitter as of now. Come in to pitch run, and Ty Garza getting the sign. McCarthy getting the sign from the catcher McLeod. And the pitch. Fastball high. It's 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes to Ty Garza, the Steamers' 3rd baseman. An error in the bottom of the 5th, looking to make up for it here in the 6th inning with a runner on. Halstead takes off on the 1-0. Garza swings and flies the first pitch foul down the right field line. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander Bryce Burchett warming up in the bullpen for the Knights is John McCarthy. In his third inning of work, 5 unearned runs. And the 1-1 pitch, fastball swung on, fouled off, and it goes to 1-2. Ty Garza started the season as a utility infielder, played third sparingly. Him and Chris Morris in and out of the lineup until second-year man Alden Cottle returned. Cottle playing 10 games, went down with an injury, and Ty Garza has been the everyday third baseman ever since. Up here, 1-2, with the Clams up 6-2. And the pitch, Halstead takes off again, another swing for Garza, and a fly ball foul and out of play. Halstead second on the Steamers in stolen bases with 10. One of just 2 on the team with double-digit stolen bases. In addition to the center fielder Drifton Paget, another foul ball from Garza. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 7 runs in the last 2 innings for the 2 ball clubs. After just 1 run through the first 3. After the game ended in a suspension last night as a 1-2 pitch, 2 hops to short. Will, a tough play, goes to second for 1, and it's in time. An incredible play by Zach Will, a first baseman stretch from Joshua Holland at second. And the force out is made at second as Halstead back to the dugout and Garza replaces him at first. Zach Will ranging to the hole on the left side. Ranging to his right, momentum taking him to third, and threw it across his body to get the speedy Halstead, and time is called. As home plate umpire Freddie Rivera, Rick Henderson, gonna come out to discuss. Have to imagine it's that play at second base, a close call, but a phenomenal play by the middle infield of Zach Will and Joshua Holland. And a quick break, quick meeting out on the playing field for the umpires who started the game last night, just like the players. Got to get back into the groove. On the bases and behind the plate, Nate Paulson up with 1 out. He struck out his first time against the southpaw McCarthy. And the first pitch from McCarthy, a fastball on the inside corner. It's no balls and 1 strike. Going back to the play from Zach Will, doing it all here this afternoon. An RBI single in the 4th to help the Knights have a 2-run inning to take the lead, and now an incredible defensive play in the top of the 6th. And the 0-1 pitch to Paulson, a breaking ball, cued right back to the mound. Playable for McCarthy, barely has to move, and he makes the catch for out number 2. An excellent breaking pitch, diving in to the right-handed hitting Paulson, and now there's 2 away for Giomar Santana. Really the first breaking pitch we've seen from McCarthy in a few batters. And he rams it in on Paulson, who's now 0 for 3 in the ball game. Giomar Santana reached on an error his last time. Came around to score in the 5th, and the first pitch swung on, fouled off. Grounded 1 to Shadle his last time. Went in and out of the glove of the first baseman from Lewisburg College. 0 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Garza at first, reaching on a fielder's choice. And the delivery from McCarthy, a fastball, fly ball, right field. Coming in is Miller. It's playable, and he makes the catch in shallow right to end the inning. A walk, a fielder's choice, and a runner left for the Steamers in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Edenton leads it 6-2. Who's ready to rock? The 2nd annual Clam Jam is coming up on Saturday, September 9th. we welcome 3 awesome bands to jam out at historic Hicks Field. Starting at 5 p.m. that afternoon, Old Fish Hatchery Records will take the stage, followed by the Eric Dunlow Band at 7 p.m. and the headlining Daniel Jordan Band at 9 p.m. Advance tickets will be available at EdentonSteamers.com for $15 or can be purchased at the gate that night for $20. Bring your lawn chair and take the field for the rocking event. Numerous food and beverage options will be available all night. We hope to see you there. Is working with your propane provider a hassle? Then it's time to switch to Faro Gas. For easy and reliable service, Faro Gas offers quick delivery options, nationwide propane supply, online account tools, and a friendly team of professionals, all here to make your life simpler. Get started today with a price quote at ferrogas.com. That's FERRELLGAS.com.
Hey, I'm Ryan Kay. You're watching Steamers Baseball on the Edenton Steamers Baseball YouTube.
Thank you, Ryan. You're watching Edenton Steamers Playoff Baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube page. Jacob Smedley, glad to be with you, entering the bottom half of the 6th inning. 6-2 Steamers in front. Tyrus Baumgartner out for his 3rd inning in relief of Ben Bausis, and the first pitch to Jake Tone is low. 1 ball and no strikes. Tone 1 for 2 with a run scored, a strikeout. Singled his last time, and the first pitch to him is low and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. McDonough and Tone singling. The 1 out in the top half of the 4th. Both coming around to score. And the 2-0 is lined into right field on the run, and making the catch is Nate Paulson on the run, just in front of the regulator's sign. In right field, makes the catch and denies extra bases from Jake Tone. And there's 1 out. Nate Paulson, who's played all over the outfield for the Steamers this season. He's been in center, he's been in left, and he's been in right, and makes an incredible running catch. And now Kenny Shadle up, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Another count, though, for Baumgartner, falling behind, and falls behind here to Shadle. A fastball low and away. 54 pitches for Baumgartner. And the 1-0 to Shadle is popped up. First base side, the Shadle throwing the bat down. Johnson comes over, and he makes the catch behind Kirk, and there's 2 outs. Frustration shown there from the Knights' first baseman. Chucks the bat at the ground, and a 1-out pop-up, and there's 2 outs for Zach Will. Breaking pitch there from Baumgartner, tailing out of the zone. Shadle popping it up. And now Zach Will to the plate. The only Knight with multiple hits in the ball game. 2 for 2 with an RBI. And the first pitch low and away. It's 1-0. Middle infielder, utility player from Fairleigh Dickinson University Metro. Junior from Virginia Beach. And the 1-0 is in there for a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. 16 games in the spring for Fairleigh Dickinson. 7 starts, and the 1-1, a breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 1-2. 171 average. 3 runs, 6 hits, a double, 6 RBIs. Impressive this season. Made some great plays at short, and the 1-2 swing and a miss. He struck him out. Baumgartner dials up the heat and strikes out Will. An impressive play in right by Paulson as Baumgartner a 1-2-3 inning in the 6th. We head to the 7th of Game 1 of the PCL semifinals. The Steamers lead it 6-2. Well, fans, summer is here. You know what that means. Graduation, parties, and cookout season. The Steamers Party Tent is the perfect place to host your next get-together. Schedule a picnic before the game for your next birthday bash, family gathering, or business rendezvous. It's the classic choice for family summer fun. Call the office at 482-4080 for more details. Who's ready to rock? The second annual Clam Jam is coming up on Saturday, September 9th. We welcome 3 awesome bands to jam out at historic Hicks Field. Starting at 5 p.m. that afternoon, Old Fish Hatchery Records will take the stage, followed by the Eric Dunlow Band at 7 p.m. and the headlining Daniel Jordan Band at 9 p.m. Advance tickets will be available at EdentonSteamers.com for $15 or can be purchased at the gate that night for $20. Bring your lawn chair and take the field for the rocking event. Numerous food and beverage options will be available all night. We hope to see you there. Welcome back to the top half of the 7th inning. Steamers leading the Greenbrier Knights 6-2. 10-1-2 to Paget, Myers, and Jackson Ellison against John McCarthy in his 4th inning out of the bullpen. All 6 runs for the Steamers, unearned, as the first pitch inside for a called strike. It's 0-1. The 1 run scored last night against Zach Capps. And a wild throw and a tag as the 0-1 pitch popped up on the infield. Playable for Shadle, who comes in on the grass, and he reaches out and makes the catch for out number 1. 2 pitches, 1 out. You in the top half of the 7th inning for McCarthy, and Luke Myers coming to the plate. 1 unearned run allowed by Capps. 5 unearned runs allowed by McCarthy. A hit and then a 1-out error from Shadle at first, allowing the Steamers to erupt in the 5th. And the first pitch to Myers is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. A walk, a hit for Myers, and 2 at-bats. And a run scored, and the 1-0 is a fastball on the inside corner for a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Steamers looking to replicate last year's success. And the 1-1 grounded back to McCarthy. In and out of the glove, off the mound. Bare hand, throw to first, and it's in and out of the glove of Shadle. And Myers reaches on yet another Greenbrier error. John McCarthy, the comebacker to the mound, in and out of the glove. Tried to toss it to first, threw it low of the 6'3" Shadle. And Myers reaches with 1 out. The 4th error of the ball game for Greenbrier. Now 1 for their 3rd baseman, McDonough. Another behind the plate from McLeod on a pass ball. Shadle has 1 in the 5th inning when the Steamers scored 5 runs. And now the reliever, John McCarthy, with a throwing error. And Jackson Ellison due up 0 for 2. A run scored and an RBI in the first pitch to him. Breaking ball in there for a strike. McCarthy going right back to that breaking pitch against Ellison, who got hit with the bases loaded in that 5th inning. Tied the game up at 2. And the Steamers scored 4 more times in the frame. And the 0-1. Big cut and a miss. Another breaking pitch from McCarthy, working the outside half against the left-handed hitting Ellison. No balls and 2 strikes. Gabe Kirk, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, waits on deck. As Bryce Burchett back warming in the Knights bullpen. As the 0-2 is high and away, it's 1-2. Ruben Costin was up for the Steamers. His hands are on the railing. Over in left field, may come in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Steamers looking to add on. And the 1-2 pitch, a slide step, and a swing and a miss from Ellison. Went with the slide step from McCarthy to stop any advancement. And an excellent breaking pitch gets Jackson Ellison. Another strikeout for McCarthy, his 4th out of the bullpen. And now Gabe Kirk coming up. Last at-bat, a bases-clearing double to left center field. And a breaking ball fouled off at the plate. It's 0-1. Gabe Kirk now tied for the team lead in doubles with 7 with Davis Halstead. 22 RBIs. The 5th Steamer to have at least 20 RBIs this season. And the 0-1 low and away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Kirk led the team in RBIs for most of the season. Had a cold stretch. Allowed guys like Chris Morris, Ryan Kay, Davis Halstead to take the throne. And the 1-1 pitch, a fastball outside. It's 2-1, but has really surged in recent games. Handful of doubles. 3 now in the last 4 games, dating back to last Wednesday's road game against Outer Banks. The 2-1 pitch, a breaking ball low. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to Gabe Kirk with 2 outs. Luke Myers at first, reaching on an error. McCarthy gets the sign in the pitch. Swung on, grounded, sharply hit to second. Playable for Holland. He gloves it. He throws to first. And Shado comes off the bag to make the catch. Steamers strand 1 on the error from McCarthy. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Steamers lead it 6-2. Who's ready to rock? The 2nd annual Clam Jam is coming up on Saturday, September 9th. We welcome 3 awesome bands to jam out at historic Hicks Field. Starting at 5 p.m. that afternoon, Old Fish Hatchery Records will take the stage, followed by the Eric Dunlow Band at 7 p.m. and the headlining Daniel Jordan Band at 9 p.m. Advance tickets will be available at EdentonSteamers.com for $15 or can be purchased at the gate that night for $20. Bring your lawn chair and take the field for the rocking event. Numerous food and beverage options will be available all night. We hope to see you there. Is your kid a fan of the Clam? Why not sign them up for the Steamers Kids Club, presented by Weatherly Insurance? Membership is free for all kids ages 12 and under. They receive 4 free tickets, a club t-shirt, a discount to baseball camp, an invitation to an exclusive meet and greet event with the players, and much more. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and download a registration form today. Welcome back to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Luke off. Bryce Lane and Corbin McLeod due up against right-hander Tyrus Baumgartner. Again, Ben Bausis, 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs last night before the rain taking over. And today's game, a continuation. Game last night suspended due to heavy rain in Edenton. The 2 teams will play 2 today, and the first pitch to way inside, has to duck out of the way of it, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Baumgartner, 3 innings, 4 hits, just 2 earned runs allowed in the 4th. A walk and 3 strikeouts, and the 1-0 pitch to is a fastball. This one low, gets behind Santana again, and it's quickly 2-0. 2 runs in the 4th for the Knights. No runs since. Still, Tyrus Baumgartner really yet to get ahead of a batter so far tonight. 2-0 pitch to is low and away. It's 3 balls and no strikes. 3 straight fastballs way out of the zone. Costin continuing to stretch out in the Steamers bullpen. 3-0. Fastball low and away. Ball 4. Luke off, walking on 3 pitches in the bottom of the 7th, and now Bryce Lane to the plate. 3 straight fastballs out of the zone, and head coach Justin Hill coming out of the Steamers dugout. No motion yet to the bullpen as he continues his walk. Tyrus Baumgartner coming in, giving a solid performance regardless. The Steamers, no pitching coach, so could be just a mound visit. Assistant coach Cody Johnson, wish him the best. A new position at East Texas Baptist University as the assistant pitching coach and player development coordinator. Leaving the Steamers for the new job just about a week ago, and just a mound visit for Hill. Maybe a scouting report, letting him know maybe how many batters. The right-hander in his 3rd season with the Steamers. Talking to him before the game, makes this team stand out. And he said, No, I think the best chance. These guys have the best chance out of all of the teams to take it home, as the first pitch to Lane is inside. Now 5 straight out of the zone from the Canova, West Virginia native. He says that after he won the 2022 PCL championship with the team. 1 ball, no strikes to Bryce Lane, who's 0 for 2 tonight. And the 1-0 pitch is lined down the left field line. That is fair, a base hit. Going around second is off. He's heading for third. Playing it in the corner is Ellison. Off will stop at third. In the second is Bryce Lane. And a walk and a double here in the bottom of the 7th, and 2 runners on for the Knights looking to strike back. An excellent piece of hitting for Bryce Lane. A 1-0 fastball on the inner half, roped down the right field line. And now Corbin McLeod to the plate with 2 runs awaiting on second base in a 4-run ball game against Baumgartner. Another hit, the 5th one against Tyrus Baumgartner, when the first pitch to McLeod is low and away. It's 1 ball and no strikes. The 3rd straight batter that Baumgartner has fallen behind. Just 1 strike. Was on the line drive double by Bryce Lane. And the 1-0 to McLeod, swung on, fouled straight back. Corbin McLeod from Longwood University, the sophomore from Chesapeake, Virginia. No balls and 2 strikes. Called strike on the inner half. 2 runners on. And the 0-2. Swung on, cued into center field, and it'll get over the head of Johnson. 1 run is in. Lane getting the wave on. He's coming home. The throw to the plate is in time. Driftin' Paget, the strike from center field. He's the Goldman Glove winner for a reason, and he guns out Bryce Lane at the plate for out number 1. Back-to-back hits for the Knights. But a huge out number 1, a run across on the single by McLeod, and now Joshua Holland to the plate. 1 hop to the catcher Santana, and now 1 on with 1 out. And the first pitch is swung on, grounded to short. 2 hops, could be 2. Myers to second for 1. Johnson to first, a double play. An exclamation point to the bottom of the 7th after the walk and the double. An RBI single and out at the plate, and then a double play for the Steamers. We go to the top of the 8th. The Steamers holding on to a 6-3 lead. Well, fans, summer is here. You know what that means. Graduation, parties, and cookout season. The Steamers Party Tent is the perfect place to host your next get-together. Schedule a picnic before the game for your next birthday bash, family gathering, or business rendezvous. It's the classic choice for family summer fun. Call the office at 482-4080 for more details. Is working with your propane provider a hassle? Then it's time to switch to Faro Gas. For easy and reliable service, Faro Gas offers quick delivery options, nationwide propane supply, online account tools, and a friendly team of professionals, all here to make your life simpler. Get started today with a price quote at ferrogas.com. That's FERRELLGAS.com.
My name is Tyler Alvarez, and you're watching Edenton Steamers Baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel.
Welcome back to historic Hicksfield. Thank you, Tyler, the Steamers catcher. We might see him in the 2nd game of a doubleheader. The Steamers lead game 1 of the 2023 PCL playoffs, the semifinals matchup against the Greenbrier Knights, 6-3. John McCarthy back out for the 8th inning, his 5th inning of work. He'll face off against Morris, Johnson, and Abbott in a 6-3 ball game. Steamers scoring a run in the bottom of the 3rd last night before rain taking over. Game suspended and restarted in the 4th this afternoon. Knights with 2 in the top of the 4th to take the lead. Steamers with 5 in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Knights getting a run back here in the bottom half of the 7th on an RBI single by Corbin McLeod. Only one across, though on the excellent play by Drifton Paget. The second throw out from center field this season. Nate Paulson with the other one. And the first pitch to Morris, low and in. It's 1-0. Drifton Paget, still without an error this season, was awarded the Goodman Glove Award, given to the best Steamers defender this season, as the 1-0 is low to Morris. It's 2-0. Morris with 2 strikeouts today. A hit, an RBI in his last at-bat, an RBI double. And the 2-0 is outside. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Drifton taking home the Goodman Glove Award. His brother Chandler taking home the Evans Pitcher Award. 3 balls and no strikes. And the pitch to Morris is a fastball down the middle. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Defense laying way back for Morris, especially in left field. Tone just in front of the track. Hanchy in front of the wall in center, and a big cut and a miss. A home run swing there for Morris. Swings through the fastball, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. A hole on the right center field for Chris Morris. Was in the cages yesterday, working on hitting it to the opposite field. And the 3-2. Fastball on the inside corner, called strike 3. And Morris is down for the 3rd time in game number 1. Excellent pitch, inside half. Morris could do nothing with it. And now Ty Johnson to the plates. Looking at John McCarthy so far this afternoon. Just like Baumgartner, coming in for Caps, who only went 3 innings before the rain set in. And the first pitch to Johnson is fouled off. McCarthy 4 1/3, 3 hits, 5 runs, all unearned. 2 walks and 5 strikeouts, including a pair to Morris. Balls and 1 strike to Ty Johnson in his 6th ball game with the Steamers. And the 0-1 swung on, grounded, third base side, and it eats up McDonough over at third and goes into left field. And that one down as a base hit for Ty Johnson. In under the glove of McDonough, sharply hit. McDonough moving to his left. And Johnson gonna reach on a 1-out single. Another hit for Johnson, his 2nd of the game. And now Davis Halstead, his first at-bat, came in to pitch run for Tate Abbott. 1 on with 1 out in a 6-3 game, and the pitch, a fastball outside. It's 1-0. Another close and tough play at the corners. McDonough and Shadle, 2 most versatile players on the Knights team. So 2 of the best hitters on the ball club. As the 1-0 is fouled off, it's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Halstead. McDonough and Shado with a handful of close misplays that have costed the Knights. An error by Shadle in the bottom of the 5th, allowing the Steamers to erupt for 5. And now a base runner. The ball in and out of the glove of McDonough on the tough diving play. And the 1-1 from McCarthy is a fastball low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Saw multiple guys warming up for the Knights before the game. McCarthy, one of them. John Hawley as well, who has pitched very well against the Steamers. Bryce Burchett warming up in the bullpen. Anthony Roscoe as well was out there. In a 6-3 ball game. Huge advantage for either ball club with a Game 1 win, as the 2-1 is inside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike to Halstead. Glad to have Davis Halstead on a few nights ago, Saturday night, talking about his approach at the plate. Did not swing at the first pitch but likes it right at the top of the zone. And the 3-1 pitch to Halstead. Swung on, popped up right field. Miller coming in, and he won't get to it. It falls in shallow right. Miller throws it in. Up to second base goes Johnson. Back-to-back hits for the Steamers with one out. A bloop hit into right for Halstead. And now stepping up to the plate is Ty Garza. Miller and Holland going into no man's land, and neither one of them could come up with it. Halstead, a hit off the bench. Now Garza, a walk and a hit and a run scored. Also reached on a fielder's choice. 1 for 2 with 2 on and 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. And the first pitch is swung on, cued foul. It's 0-1. Game 1 of the PCL playoffs between the Knights and the Steamers. Steamers looking to repeat as champions for the first time since the 2004-2005 seasons. Winning the Petite Cup, the Coastal Plain League at the time. Won their first Premier Collegiate League championship and the 4th one all time last season. We're going to win one again this year. And the 0-1 pitch to Garza, big cut and a miss. Throw back to first from McLeod, goes in and out of the glove of Shadle as Halstead dives back. Another throw back, both catchers trying to back pick here today. Santana with a pickoff last night of a stolen base attempt to second. But both McLeod and Santana trying to steal some outs. No balls in 2 strikes. Garza getting wide at the plate. And the 0-2 breaking ball fouled off at the plate. Garza similarly to Halstead. Halstead talking about his approach with 2 strikes. And Garza really the same, getting wide, choking up on the bat. Getting low as well. Shrink the zone for the pitcher McCarthy and the 0-2. Breaking ball way outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ty Garza, the third baseman from Barton College. Just a 196 batting average in the spring. Nearly doubling that here in the summer. 256. Heading into tonight's ball game. 2 on, 1 out. Looking to add to his RBI total here. The 1-2 pitch grounded. Going to third was Johnson, and it eats up Will. In and out of the glove. All runners are safe. Halstead slides into second. Johnson to third. He was running on the play, and Garza at first, reaching for the 4th time in the game. A fielder's choice, a hit, a walk, and now an error to Zach Will. The 5th one of the game. And the infield miscues continue for Greenbrier. Every infielder now, except for Joshua Holland, has committed an error, including the catcher McLeod. And now the bases are loaded for Nate Paulson. A high chopper, Will trying to pick it and go to first. Could not do either. And now Nate Paulson, who's 0 for 3 with his strikeout, standing in. Hit an RBI double Saturday night against the Knights, and the first pitch to him is a fastball high. It's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. To the Bridgeport, West Virginia native, Nate Paulson. Looking to extend the Steamers' lead. Would be a huge insurance runs. Here in the 8th inning, and the 1-0 pitch, a fastball in there. It's 1 ball and 1 strike at the top of the zone. 3-run ball game heading into the later innings. Game 1 with Game 2 to follow 30 minutes after. A doubleheader of playoff baseball here today between the Knights and the Steamers. And the 1-1 pitch to Paulson, swung on, popped up, right field. Shadle on the run, Holland as well, and it will fall foul down the right field line. Another play, another ball hit with 3 Knights converging, and the count goes to 1-2. Winner of Game 1, huge advantage going into Game 2. With the other team having to recuperate for just 30 minutes for the season could be on the line. Steamers looking to push the lead even further here in the 8th. Bases loaded, 1 out. Shadle in on the grass at first. McDonough back behind the bag at third. The infielders, middle infielders double play depth. And the 1-2 pitch on the outside corner called strike 3. The emotion from McCarthy pumped up on the hill, and he retires Paulson for a huge out number 2. And Paulson spiking the bat in the dugouts in frustration. And now Giomar Santana up. An excellent backdoor breaking pitch for John McCarthy, who's trying to dance the tightrope here in the 8th. And the first pitch to Santana, another breaking pitch. This one floats in for a strike. Ty Johnson reaching on an infield single. Halstead a single to right. And Ty Garza reaching on an error by Zach Will at short. And the 0-1 pitch to Santana is a fastball outside. It's 1-1. Giomar Santana 0 for 3 with a run scored. He reached on a fielder's choice. 2 at-bats ago, came around to score in the 5th. And the 1-1 from McCarthy, a fastball, a check swing. Home plate umpire Rick Henderson assigning a swing and a strike call to Santana. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases loaded. 6-3 Steamers lead. They're looking for more in the 8th. And the pitch, breaking ball way outside. Once again, another opportunity. The last time the Steamers had the bases loaded. A bases clearing double from Gabe Kirk in the bottom of the 5th. Giomar Santana looking for similar success here. The 2-2 pitch from McCarthy. Fastball popped up on the infield. Will coming in on the dirt to the grass, and he makes the catch to end the inning. McCarthy, 2 huge strikeouts. He dodges a pair of hits and an error. We go to the bottom half of the 8th. The Steamers lead it 6-3. Well, fans, summer is here. You know what that means. Graduation, parties, and cookout season. The Steamers Party Tent is the perfect place to host your next get-together. Schedule a picnic before the game for your next birthday bash, family gathering, or business rendezvous. It's the classic choice for family summer fun. Call the office at 482-4080 for more details. Is working with your propane provider a hassle? Then it's time to switch to Faro Gas. For easy and reliable service, Faro Gas offers quick delivery options, nationwide propane supply, online account tools, and a friendly team of professionals, all here to make your life simpler. Get started today with a price quote at ferrogas.com. That's FERRELLGAS.com. Is your kid a fan of the Clan? Why not sign them up for the Steamers Kids Club, presented by Weatherly Insurance? Membership is free for all kids ages 12 and under. They receive 4 free tickets, a club t-shirt, a discount to baseball camp, an invitation to an exclusive meet and greet event with the players, and much more. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and download a registration form today. Welcome back to historic Hicks Field, bottom of the 8th inning, 6-3 Steamers in front, and a new pitcher on the mound for the Steamers, left-hander number 14, Ruben Costin, in his 14th game of the season, first of the postseason, 21 in the 3rd, innings pitched 3-1. The 6.32 ERA, 15 earned runs allowed, 20 walks, 20 hits, 18 strikeouts. And he's in relief for Tyrus Baumgartner, who goes 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs allowed, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and is currently in line for the victory if the Steamers were to hold on to win this ballgame. Costin, the left-hander from East Stroudsburg University, coming in. Bausis starting the game last night, 3 innings, and Tyrus Baumgartner, a huge 4 innings out of the pen. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Hanchy, Miller, and McDonough. 1, 2, 3, and the first pitch to Hanchy is fouled off. It's 0-1. Hanchy is 1 for 3. A strikeout to Knights. A huge out at the plate by Drifton Paget, a defensive play of the game. And the 0-1 is inside, and it hit Hanchy. A breaking ball that got out of the hand of Costin inside, and it hit the left-handed hitting outfielder. And now 1 on with no outs for Brody Miller. Costin has struggled with that breaking ball release point at times. Struggled with walks as well, with 20 on the season. One of just 4 Steamers with at least 20 walks on the hill. And the first pitch to Miller, swung on, grounded, right side of the infield and into right field by the diving Johnson. Around second, heading to third from Hanchy. The throw is wide, and up to second base goes Miller. A wild throw on the relay from Paulson goes past Garza. And now 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. A hit by pitch, and a single and a throwing error for Nate Paulson. And now Scott McDonough to the plate, as now the Steamers defense with some miscues as the Knights trying to fight back. A strike, and then a wild breaking pitch from Costin that hit the leadoff batter Hanchy. A single through the vacant infield for Miller. And now Scott McDonough, the tying run to the plate, and the first pitch is lined into center field. Paget will play it on a hop. Coming in to score is Hanchy. Over to third is Miller. An RBI single for Scott McDonough, and it's now a 6-4 ball game. 3 straight base runners in the bottom of the 8th against Ruben Costin. And now Jake Tone to the plate as the go-ahead run. A walk, a hit and an error, and now another hit. 2 straight hits for the Knights. And the left fielder, Jake Tone, up as the go-ahead run. And the first pitch from Costin's a fastball, low and away. It's 1-0. Costin, really his trouble has been with the walks tonight. The hard contact from the heart of the order. The danger zone on the Knights lineup. Tone, Shadle, and then Will in the hole. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball high. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Action now in the bullpen. Gianna Scully and John Horton walking around in the Steamers bullpen. Runners on the corners. 2 straight hits. 3 straight base runners. And the 2-0 pitch way outside. 3-0 to Jake Tone, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored and a strikeout tonight. 3 balls, no strikes, 4 runs on 10 hits, 5 errors for the Knights, 6 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors for the Steamers. And the 3-0 pitch from Costin's, a fastball on the outside corner. It's 3-1. McDonough dancing off of first. Be surprised if Dustin Slaughter and head coach Chuck Slaughter offer up a hit and run. A fastball outside, ball 4. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out, and the tying run is in scoring position. 4 straight base runners, and head coach Justin Hill coming out of the Steamers dugout. Ruben Costin yet to record an out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 walks, 2 hits, and an error. No motion yet to the bullpen as Alex Gianna Scully continuing to throw. Kenny Shadle to the plate. Have to imagine this could be Costin's final batter. As Hill going through the scouting report. Back and forth ball game. Steamers winning the regular season matchup 3-1. The Knights won game 1, 9-5 on June 8th. Come from behind win for the Knights. Knights started that game, scored 3 runs in the first. Steamers could not come back in that ball game. The last 3, though, Steamers outscoring Greenbrier 23-10. And in game 1 of the PCL playoffs, 6-4 ball game in a close matchup. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Kenny Shadle at the plates. Now Chris Morris trotting out to the bullpen. All hands on deck for game number 1. And the first pitch to Shadle is swung on and fouled off. It's 0-1. Looks like Morris could join Gianna Scully out in the bullpen. Bases loaded. 4 straight runners reaching. Hit batter. 2 singles. And a walk. And a run across. On the hit by McDonough. And the 0-1 to Shadle is a fastball high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Shadle 0 for 2 with a walk. But very dangerous from the right side of the batter's box. Against the lefty, Ruben Costin. Gets the sign from Santana. And the 1-1 fastball popped up foul and out of play, and the count goes to 1-2. Greenbrier finishing the regular season 4-10. 2 of those 4 wins coming against the River Bandits, 1 against the Steamers. Head coach Justin Hill out, points to the bullpen, and we will have a pitching change. The count goes to 1-2. Hill to take out Costin, and a pitching change at historic Hicks Field in the bottom of the 8th inning. Alex Gianniscoli coming in, looking to prevent any more damage. 6-4, Steamers in front. The new 2023 Edenton Steamers merchandise has arrived. There are plenty of ways for you to pick up your new Steamers gear. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and place an order. Stop by Sound Feet and Shoes of Edenton or head to the merchandise trailer located behind the first base dugout at historic Hicks Field. You can also pick up your Chowan County Cantaloupes gear, but only at historic Hicks Field. Thank you for your support and repping your Steamers gear. Well, fans, summer is here. You know what that means. Graduation, parties, and cookout season. The Steamers Party Tent is the perfect place to host your next get-together. Schedule a picnic before the game for your next birthday bash, family gathering, or business rendezvous. It's the classic choice for family summer fun. Call the office at 482-4080 for more details. Is your kid a fan of the Clam? Why not sign them up for the Steamers Kids Club, presented by Weatherly Insurance? Membership is free for all kids ages 12 and under. They receive 4 free tickets, a club t-shirt, a discount to baseball camp, an invitation to an exclusive meet and greet event with the players, and much more. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and download a registration form today. Welcome back to historic Hicks Field. A call to the bullpen brought to you by Faro Gas. Easy propane service starts here. Alex Gianniscoli coming into the ball game with the bases loaded and a 1-2 count to Kenny Shadle. Gianniscoli in his 10th ball game, 27 2/3 innings pitched, 3-0 with 2 saves, a 1.30 ERA, the best on the Clams. 4 earned runs, 7 walks, 20 hits, 18 strikeouts, and he comes in for Ruben Costin, who allows a run, 2 hits, a walk, and a hit batter, does not record a single out in the inning. Coming in relief of Tyrus Baumgartner, and Alex Gianniscoli coming into a 1-2 count. It's been one of the best Steamers relievers. He's even started a ball game against Outer Banks. He went 4 innings, didn't allow a run. The right-hander from the University of Lynchburg, featuring a fastball, 4-seam and 2-seam, slider, curveball, and changeup. Warm-up pitches are over. Kenny Shadle, 2 foul balls and a ball taken, steps back in. Brody Miller at third. A single, Scott McDonough, a RBI single out at second, and a walk to Tone, who's at first. And the 1-2 pitch to Shadle is outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball low and away. No call from Henderson. Infield looking to turn 2 and willing to concede a run. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, missed inside, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nowhere to put Shadle here with the bases full, no outs recorded. And the 3-2 pitch from Gianniscoli, fastball, low, ball 4. And a run comes in, and it's now a 1-run game. A bases loaded walk for Kenny Shadle. It's now 6-5 Steamers as the Knights move station to station as Zach Will to the plates. The 5th walk of the ball game. The 2nd run charged to Costin, who's still responsible for McDonough, and Tone. And the first pitch to Will, a big cut and a miss at a fastball on the outside corner. Infield is in. Garza creeping in on the grass at third. Kirk on the grass at first. Myers and Garza back set to turn 2. And the 0-1 pitch to Will. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Zach Will 2 for 3. An RBI. He struck out in his last at-bat. Down in the count 0-2. Be a huge out number 1 if Gianniscoli can get it. The 0-2 popped up. Foul and out of play. Both of the teams have left a ton of base runners on base in this first game, but 3-game series between the Knights and the Steamers. Games 1 and 2 tonight, a doubleheader after the suspended game last night. And the 0-2 pitch to Will. Fastball on the outside corner, called strike 3. Gianniscoli getting out the paintbrush. Absolute pain on the outside corner. And Will is down on strikes for out number 1. 3 straight fastballs. Didn't mess around at all with the breaking pitch. And Gianniscoli looking to pick up the pieces here in the bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded. 1 out. Tying run at third. Go-ahead run at second here in the bottom of the 8th. And the pitch to Luke Off is low and away. It's 1-0. Luke Off did not DH last night. Ryland Brown did. He came in today. It's an RBI, a walk, a run scored. And the 1-0 pitch. Fastball low, and it's quickly 2-0. Once again, nowhere to put Off. To the bases loaded walk to Kenny Shadle. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. And the pitch from Gianniscoli, fastball on the outside corner, it's 2-1. John Horton walking around the mound out in left field now for the Steamers. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch from Gianniscoli, swung on, line drive into right center field. That'll get down, a base hit. 1 run is in. Coming around is Tone from third to the throw to the plate is cut off. 2 runs across. A 2 RBI single from Luke O off the bench. And it's now 7-6. The Knights lead it, and 2 more runners are on. Luke O on a fastball out over the plates, lined it to right center field. And the Knights have taken the lead for just the 2nd time in the ballgame, and now Bryce Lane to the plate, taking advantage of the Steamers' miscues. And time is called. 4 runs across in the inning for the Knights, all charged to Ruben Costin. Gives up 2 hits, a walk, and a hit batter. And the first pitch to Lane is a fastball low and away, back pick by Santana. Kirk knocks it down. It's now 1 ball and no strikes to Bryce Lane, who doubled his last time. 1 for 3. Now in the top half of the ninth, the final chance for the Steamers in game one. But the Knights looking for some insurance. 1 ball and no strikes to Lane. And a throw back, and diving back is Luke Uff. Luke Uff from Cayuga College, the sophomore from Edmonston, New York. As mentioned, did not start this ball game. Comes up with a huge hit in the 8th to give the Knights the lead. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch from Gianna Scoli, a check swing, and home plate umpire Rick Henderson places the strike as Lane went around, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Haven't seen a breaking pitch yet for Gianna Scoli. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Fastball, big cut and a miss. It's 1-2 from the infielder from Patrick Henry Community College. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on the corners. 4 runs already across for Greenbrier. They've scored 5 unanswered. And that 1-2 pitch, low and away. It's 2-2. Greenbrier is down 6-2. Entering the bottom of the 7th. They scored a run in the 7th. Now 4 in the 8th to go in front. And the 2-2 pitch off from first is swing and a miss from Lane. The throw goes to third, and diving back at third is Shadle. A stolen base for out to second. A swing and a miss by Lane, and now there's 2 outs. Another strikeout for Gianna Scoli, 2 in the inning, and now Corbin McLeod, the final chance. Potentially the final chance for the Knights to add on here in the bottom of the 8th. Have to wonder if Greenbrier elects to go with McCarthy in the 9th to close the door. And the first pitch to McLeod is low and away, 1-0. Greenbrier, as mentioned, 4 wins on the season. 1 against the Steamers, 2 against the River Bandits, 1 against Outer Banks, as the 1-0 is foul back. It's 1-1. 1 against Virginia Beach, excuse me, in an 8-5 win. Looking to take game 1 in come-from-behind fashion in the bottom of the 8th inning. Game 2 will take place 30 minutes after the conclusion of this first ball game. Starters yet to be announced. 1 ball and 1 strike, and the pitch is a breaking ball high and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. 4 runs allowed for Ruben Costin. Did not record an out. And Gianna Scoli looking to get out of damage. The 2-1 is high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Gianna Scoli in danger of walking his second batter of the inning. Shadle at third, a bases loaded walk. Luke Uff with a 2 RBI go-ahead single, and the 3-1 pitch to McLeod popped up on the infield. Myers over on the grass, he's underneath of it, and he makes the catch to end the inning, but not before 4 runs come across on 4 hits for the Knights, including a go-ahead 2 RBI single by Luke Uff, and the Knights have gone in front, looking to close out the Steamers in game 1. It's 7-6, Knights in front as we head to the top of the 9th. Who's ready to rock? The 2nd annual Clam Jam is coming up on Saturday, September 9th. We welcome 3 awesome bands to jam out at historic Hicks Field. Starting at 5 p.m. that afternoon, Old Fish Hatchery Records will take the stage, followed by the Eric Dunlow Band at 7 p.m. and the headlining Daniel Jordan Band at 9 p.m. Advance tickets will be available at EdentonSteamers.com for $15 or can be purchased at the gate that night for $20. Bring your lawn chair and take the field for the rocking event. Numerous food and beverage options will be available all night. We hope to see you there. Is working with your propane provider a hassle? Then it's time to switch to Ferro Gas. For easy and reliable service, Ferro Gas offers quick delivery options, nationwide propane supply, online account tools, and a friendly team of professionals, all here to make your life simpler. Get started today with a price quote at ferrogas.com. That's FERRELLGAS.com. Welcome back to historic Hicks Field. A stunned crowd here as the Steamers, once again the road team in Game 1 due to inadequate home field for the Greenbrier Knights. Knights the home team for Game 1, the Steamers the home team for Games 2 and 3, and the Knights 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning to take a 1-run lead heading into the top of the 9th inning. The Steamers had a 6-2 lead heading into the bottom of the 7th and have given up 5 straight runs in the last 2 innings to the Knights and are now down to their final 3 outs here in Game 1, 10-1-2. Drifton Paget, Luke Myers, and Jackson Ellison against John McCarthy, who enters his 6th inning out of the bullpen. Just one arm used here this afternoon for the Knights. And the first pitch from McCarthy is a fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1 to Paget. John McCarthy, 5 hits, 5 unearned runs in the top of the 5th inning. And the 0-1 pitch to Paget is low and away. It's 1-1. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Paget 0 for 2 with a run scored. Played hero a few nights ago against Outer Banks in a 2-1 win. Can he do it again? And the 1-1 pitch is popped up. Shallow center field. Coming in is Henchy. Coming in, and he makes the catch in front of Jake Tone just outside of short. And 1 out here in the top half of the 9th. A fastball low and in, popped up from Paget. And now the leadoff hitter, Luke Myers, looking to get something started in the Steamers' last attempt here in Game 1. A walk, a hit, a run scored in 4 total at-bats. And the first pitch to him is a fastball line to center. On the run is Henchy. He's underneath of it, and he makes the catch in the air, out number 2. And the Steamers are down to their final out in game number 1. A fastball line to center. Henchy made the catch. And now Jackson Ellison coming to the plate. Ellison's 0 for 3. An RBI and a run scored. And a strikeout here tonight. McCarthy getting the sign from McLeod. And the pitch. Fastball outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes. Top half of the 9th inning. Gabe Kirk, who has a 3 RBI double, waits on deck. And the 1-0 is low. It's 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes to Jackson Ellison, the Steamers' left fielder. And the 2-0 is grounded foul. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls and 1 strike in a 7-6 ball game. In the top half of the 9th inning. And the 2-1 pitch to Ellison, a fastball outside. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. Top half of the 9th inning. 5 unanswered runs for the Knights, looking to close out game 1. And the pitch to Ellison is low, ball 4. And the tying run for the Steamers is on base with 2 outs. And now the batter who the Steamers probably won up in this spot tonight, Gabe Kirk, 2 for 4. 3 RBIs, a run scored, a bases clearing double in his 3rd at-bat of the game. 3 and 4 here for the Steamers in their final chance. Ellison has a stolen bag as well over at first, and the first pitch to Kirk is a breaking ball low. It's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to Gabe Kirk. Both bullpens silent as McCarthy looking to finish it out. The 1-0 pitch, breaking ball on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Kirk not agreeing with the call from Henderson. Got to keep it together, though, at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch, low and away, gets behind McLeod, and up to second base goes Ellison. The tying run for the Steamers is in scoring position, and it's 2-1 now to Kirk. 2 balls, 1 strike. As now McLeod gonna walk out to McCarthy, and Scott McDonough, the third baseman, a fellow pitcher as well, gonna go out as well and join the conversation. 3 straight pitches outside to the left-handed hitting Kirk, whose double was to left center field, an opposite field base hit for the Steamers' first baseman from Olivet College. Kirk, in the spring for Olivet College, 34 games played, 359 average, 5 home runs, 33 RBIs. Looking for another one here in this ball game to keep the game alive for the Steamers. And the 2-1 pitch from McCarthy is a fastball at the top of the zone. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Steamers are down to their final strike. Wouldn't be surprised if McCarthy went to the breaking pitch here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch to Kirk. Breaking ball, shot to third, caught out of the air by McDonough. And the ball game is over. The Greenbrier Knights stunned the Steamers in Game 1. 5 unanswered runs in the 7th and the 8th inning to take Game 1 of the 3-game series. The Knights win it by a final score of 7-6 and will look to win the series in about a half hour when Game 2 starts up here at historic Hicks Field. The Knights win the game that was resumed from last night, 7-6. We'll take a quick break. Tune in to the next game in a half hour right here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube page. I'm Jacob Smedley saying so long and thanks for watching. The Knights win Game 1 of the PCL semifinals 7-6.